Welcome to our programming channel. Today we are going to see stored procedure in SQL Server. Stored procedure is a collection of one or more SQL statements. If we have one SQL query or more SQL queries which we need to write over and over again, for those queries we can create a stored procedure. We can create a stored procedure once and can be used many times. So instead of calling whole SQL query, we need to call stored procedure only, and we can pass the values through the stored procedure. When we call stored procedure for the first time, SQL Server creates an execution plan and stores it. In further executions of the stored procedure, SQL Server reuses the plan so that the stored procedure can execute very fast. The main purpose of stored procedure is to hide the SQL queries from the code and improve performance of database operations such as select, update, and delete data. Syntax of stored procedure. Create procedure, procedure name as begin, SQL statements end. Advantages of stored procedures. Reusability. After creating stored procedure, there is no need to write the same SQL statements again and again. We need to execute that stored procedure only. Thus, one stored procedure can be executed by many users and many client applications. Thus, reusability is the main advantage of stored procedure. Security. Instead of giving permission of direct access the tables, we can give permission to the user for executing the stored procedure. Also, we can encrypt the stored procedure. After encryption, the code in stored procedure cannot able to visible and cannot able to modify or alter. No one can see the stored procedure and make changes in that stored procedure. Thus, security is maintained because of stored procedures. Stored procedure can be easily modified if sometimes there are minor changes in the logic. At that time also we need to change the code in the application and redeploy the application. But In case of stored procedure, we just need to alter that stored procedure and make changes easily. Reduce network traffic. When we create stored procedure at that time, once compilation is required. After compiled one time, there is no need to recompile the stored procedure unless there are changes in that stored procedure. Thus, stored procedures are precompiled and execute same execution plan. SQL statements requires to be compiled every time before execution. Also, only the stored procedure name is need to pass over the network instead of the whole SQL statements. Thus, stored procedures reduces network traffic. Speed. Before executing stored procedure, there is no required to compile stored procedure again and again. This increases speed of execution. So, as compared to SQL statements which need compilation each time before execution, stored procedures are fast and increases speed of execution. Time saving. Stored procedures can be reused many times. So there is no need to write similar SQL statements again and again. This saves time. So time saving becomes advantage of stored procedure. We have taken SP in SQL database and table is pizza menu. Design of the table is pizza ID int pizza brand varchar 50 pizza name varchar 50 regular price int medium price int large price int pizza id primary key identity specification is identity yes and these are the records pizza brand Domino's and pizza name of Domino's pizza brand Pizza Hut and pizza name of Pizza Hut, then pizza brand Smoking Joe's and pizza names, price of regular pizza, price of medium pizza and price of large pizza. So regular price, medium price, large price. This is the table design and the records in the table. These are records in pizza menu table. Create procedure name as begin end. For understanding purpose that this is the store procedure, we have used the prefix sp. Then select this and execute. Now the procedure has created. We can see the procedure here, programmability, stored procedures. Here we can see the procedure sp get pizza. For executing the stored procedure, we have to write exec, then stored procedure name sp get pizza. If we execute this, we get the result of stored procedure. Or we can type execute then procedure name, then also we get the same result. Or if we type only the stored procedure name and execute, then also we get the same result. Suppose we don't want all the fields or all the columns. If we want selected columns to display, then we want to display the information related to these columns only. Now we have made the changes in the query. With alters, we can change the stored procedure. If we execute, now the stored procedure has changed. And if we execute the stored procedure, we get the new result. We have created the stored procedure, and after that we recognized that there must be some changes, so we have directly written alter here. But suppose there is a stored procedure and we want to make the changes, but that stored procedure was created previously, then right click on that procedure, select modify and click, and here we can make the changes. Now we get the new result. Now we get two columns only. To avoid confusion, we take previous three columns. For rename the store procedure, sp underscore rename, then current procedure name sp get pizza, then new procedure name sp get pizza regular, and execute this. Incorrect syntax, so we need comma here. Comma must be present between two names. If we see here, now we can see name of store procedure has changed from sp-get pizza to sp-get pizza regular. And if we see here, could not find store procedure sp-get pizza, and we get the result of sp-get pizza regular. Now we will create store procedure with one parameter. Here we take one parameter @ pizza name, and data type is varchar 50. Select pizza brand, pizza name, regular price, medium price, large price from pizza menu, where pizza name is equal to @pizza name. Here we have declared the parameter, and here we have used that parameter. Select this store procedure and execute. Query executed successfully. Store procedure as created. Here store procedure sp get pizza by name. Now if we try to execute the stored procedure, we get procedure or function sp get pizza name expects parameter at the rate pizza name which was not supplied. So when we use parameter in stored procedure at that time while executing the store procedure, after store procedure name we must provide value for this parameter. Now we have provided the value margherita, so we get three records of pizza name margherita. If we provide the value paneer makhni for pizza name parameter, we get two records related to pizza name paneer makhni. In this way, we can use one parameter in store procedure. Now we will create stored procedure with multiple parameters. SP get pizza by brand and price. Instead of pizza name, we have taken parameter pizza brand with varchar data type. And second parameter regular price having data type int. In this way, we have declared two parameters and here we have used those two parameters. Select the stored procedure and, and execute. Now stored procedure has created. This is the new stored procedure. We have taken two parameters. So while executing this store procedure, we have to provide values for these two parameters. And comma is necessary between these two values. Now we get these two records of pizza brand Domino's and regular price 165. Pizza name cheese and corn, cheese and tomato, and other prices. If we give regular price 185, pizza name fresh veggie double cheese, and these are the prices. Now we will take here Pizza Hut and 145. Pizza Hut and 145. We get one record. We have two records of regular price 145, but here there is no space and here there is one space. So either we can give here or here we can remove the space. So here we give one space. Otherwise, these two records are considered of different brand and these two records are considered of a different brand. But actually these four records are of Pizza Hut. So here we have given the space. So now if we execute, now we get these two records of Pizza Hut of regular price 145. Pizza name simply veg double cheese, and these are other prices. If we change the sequence, of values, then we get error converting data type varchar to int. So in this case, we have to give the parameter names with the values to avoid the error. In this way, we can use multiple parameters in stored procedure. sp underscore help text and store procedure name. With this, we can see the text of the stored procedure. If we want to hide this text or we want that nobody can see the stored procedure, then we have to write here with encryption. If we execute the store procedure, then we can see here log, and if we try to see the text, we get the message the text for object is spaghetti pizza by brand and price is encrypted. So now we cannot see the text. And here we can see we cannot able to modify the stored procedure. If we want to encrypt the previously created stored procedure, then right click on the stored procedure and select modify and click, and here with encryption with encryption. Now both these stored procedure are encrypted, and we cannot able to see the text, and we cannot able to modify these stored procedures. If we want to delete the stored procedure, then drop drop procedure name. Now this stored procedure is encrypted. We cannot able to see the text, and we cannot able to modify, but we can able to delete or drop this stored procedure. Now the stored procedure has deleted or dropped. Like advantages, there are some disadvantages of stored procedure. Disadvantages of stored procedures: difficult to maintain. Creating stored procedures and maintaining them need a specialized skill. All developers cannot have that kind of skill. Sometimes stored procedures are created by expert developers, and making changes according to requirement is become difficult task for new developers. So stored procedures are difficult to maintain. Extra cost. For maintaining stored procedure, there may be need of extra developer, so extra cost becomes disadvantage of stored procedure. Debugging. Debugging stored procedure is difficult task. That's all for stored procedure in SQL Server. In our channel, there are regular uploads of programming related videos. So, for latest updates, please subscribe the channel and like and share videos. Thanks for watching.